Hey everyone. A genius composer turned pop culture icon, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, wrote more than 600 musical works and influenced other maestros like Beethoven and Tchaikovsky. He continues to inspire everyone from film directors to computer scientists even today. Today, let's know about the fascinating life of a genius maestro of the century, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Let's start the video, but before that, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born in Salzburg, Austria on January 27, 1756 to his mother Anna Maria and his father Leopold Mozart, who was a composer and music teacher at Salzburg Cathedral. Little Wolfgang and his older sister Maria Anna were taught to play the clavier from a young age. Both children showed immense musical talent. By the time he was 4 years old, Mozart could learn a song on the clavier in just 30 minutes. When he was 6 years old, Mozart's family was performing at royal courts and he began to perform concerts himself. At the Habsburg summer residence outside Vienna, Mozart met Archduchess Marie Antoinette, who was 2 months his senior. It's said that she helped Mozart when he slipped on a polished floor. In return, he proposed marriage to the future Queen of France. The experience in Vienna would lead to the beginning of a wildly successful tour across Europe that stopped at dozens of cities and royal courts between 1763 and 1766. Mozart took in Paris, London, Amsterdam, Versailles, and more as he traveled with his family. At one concert in Munich, Mozart and his sister played together for 3 straight hours and they wowed audiences everywhere they went. While playing a series of concerts in Paris, Mozart published his first piece of music, a violin sonata in 5 parts. He was 8. A series of tours of Italian cities beginning in December 1769 confirmed Mozart's talent. He was commissioned to write operas for Milan's Carnival and was admitted to Bologna's prestigious Accademia Filarmonica. At 15, he wrote that he was hearing whole operas in his head. Mozart later admitted to feeling as proud as a peacock about his fame. In the year 1778, Mozart's ever-ambitious father sent him to Paris with an order to put himself in the company of the greatest. But now, Mozart was 22 and no longer the boy wonder who hung out with Marie Antoinette on his 3-year European tour. He was a plain-looking adult musician who could barely speak French. Left out of high society and running out of money, Mozart and his mother, who was chaperoning him, holed up in a cold and dilapidated hotel. His mother fell ill with a fever and she died on July 3, 1778 at the age of 57. Mozart was all alone and too scared to tell his father what had happened to his mother. Instead, he got his friend Abbe Bullinger to tell him the news. Leopold Mozart ended up blaming his son for Anna's death, believing that if his mother hadn't accompanied him to Paris, things would have turned out differently. Starting as a freelance musician with just one student, Mozart worked his way into the heart of Vienna's social life, propelled by the popular appeal of his piano concertos and symphonies. One biographer noted that audiences for his piano concertos had the experience of witnessing the transformation of perfection of a major musical genre. Soon, Mozart could be seen going about town in gold-trimmed hats and red coats with mother-of-pearl buttons. A year after moving to Vienna, he married the soprano Constance Weber. They had their first child in 1783, a boy named Raymond Leopold. Starlings are amazing mimics, and the one Mozart brought home from a Vienna pet shop on May 27, 1784, had been singing a movement from one of the composer's pure, bright songs, the Piano Concerto No. 17. It was there for the birth of two more sons, Carl Thomas Mozart and Johann Thomas Leopold, and the subsequent death of Johann a month after he was born. It witnessed Mozart achieving real fame for his symphonies and arias. Around a week after Mozart's father died on May 28, 1787, his pet starling passed away. Mozart didn't go back to Salzburg for his father's funeral, but he did bury his starling most grandly. Mourners in heavy veils marched in procession, sang hymns, and listened to Mozart recite a poem he had written for the occasion. Mozart died when he was 35 years old on December 5, 1791. The coroner reported the cause as severe miliary fever, but a rumor suggested he had been poisoned by Antonio Salieri, an influential opera composer and an exceptional musician who taught Franz Schubert, Ludwig van Beethoven, and Franz Liszt. The rumor became entrenched in pop culture largely due to Peter Shaffer's 1979 play Amadeus and the subsequent Academy Award-winning 1984 film adaptation. But the gossip was seen as baseless back in the 18th century, having stemmed from a false report of poisoning in a Berlin newspaper a week after the composer passed away. The real cause behind Mozart's early death is likely much less nefarious, possibly a fatal strep infection. Mozart's fame has only grown since his death more than 200 years ago. Time named him one of the greatest people of the millennium. Salzburg celebrates with a multi-day birthday party for the composer every January. An impressive percentage of Salzburg's economy is built on Mozart tourism, with everything from Mozart keychains to t-shirts to chocolate marzipan, Mozart balls for sale in the city's historic old town. Well, that's it for today. I hope you're liking Nerdies discoveries. Can't wait for the next video to learn and be fascinated about it. See you on the next. Bye.